Hello, everyone. I am Lise Amber Tuman from the College of Flexible Learning, and today we will be talking about constructivism, one of the big ideas in education. We will also cover its essential components and how it is applied in the classroom. Lastly, we will look at the differences between the traditional classroom and the constructivist classroom. To start things off, constructivism is an approach to teaching and learning based on the premise that cognition or learning is the result of mental construction. This means that students learn by fitting new information together with what they already know. They gain knowledge and meaning through their experiences. This is largely influenced by Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, which asserts that learning is an interplay between adjusting new experiences to fit prior concepts and adjusting concepts to fit new experiences. There are four essential components of constructivist teaching. First is to elicit prior knowledge, since new knowledge is created in relation to pre existing knowledge. Next is to create cognitive dissonance, wherein students will be given problems and activities that will challenge them. The third component is to apply knowledge with feedback, wherein students will evaluate new information and modify existing knowledge. Next is to provide opportunities for students to reflect on what they have learned, which can be done through presentations or reflective essays. So, how do we apply constructivism in the classroom? This can be done through inquiry based learning, problem based learning, and cooperative learning. In inquiry based learning, learners pose their own questions and seek answers through research or direct observation. Problem based learning is similar to inquiry based learning. However, in problem based learning, the activities involve real world problems that will require students to work together in order to devise a solution. In cooperative learning, students work in small groups to maximize their own and each other's learning and requires interdependence among group members in order to solve a problem or complete an assignment. Here are some differences between the traditional classroom and the constructivist classroom. First is that, in terms of curriculum, the traditional classroom begins with the parts of the whole, while in a constructivist classroom, it is the reverse. It begins with the whole and expands to include the parts. Next is that a traditional classroom uses textbooks and workbooks for its materials, while in a constructivist classroom, the materials are more varied, which can include building blocks, diagrams, or even movies. Next is that learning is based on repetition in a traditional classroom, while in a constructivist classroom, learning is interactive since it builds on what the student already knows. Next is that in a traditional classroom, teachers are the primary sources of information, and the students are merely recipients of that knowledge. While in a constructivist classroom, the teachers take on a facilitator role, having a dialogue with the students and helping them construct their own knowledge. Last one is that students work primarily alone in a traditional classroom. While in a constructivist classroom, there is cooperation and collaboration. So students work primarily in groups. So that's all for constructivism. Thank you so much for listening. If you want further reading on this topic, you may refer to these sources.